All right, for this week's episode, we're down here, and let's see, I screwed up already. This week. Ken, thanks for having me down today.
Anytime.
So, tell me what we got here. Scott Built Customs.
I'm going on 3 years. It'll be officially 3 years in January, so I got about three more months, 3.5 more months. The wake of COVID and things like that, I was working for an employer doing welding when the whole country shut down, and with all the different skill sets that I have, I wasn't going to sit around and collect unemployment or not work at all, and just decided that it was time to do my own thing.
All right. And so you've only been here at this location for...
I've only been here at this location for about 3 months.
Okay.
Prior, I had a shop for about 2 years in Moses Lake, or just outside of Moses Lake.
Okay.
And I was doing more commercial works there, repairs, custom building stuff, things like that for industrial and commercial facilities. But then I took a step back from everything. At the beginning of this year, I was offered employment with someone with some pretty good perks, to say the least, and that ended up not working out. And so, luckily for me, I hadn't actually closed the business and just came here and picked up where I left off, and just decided that this time I'm doing just straight automotive.
Nice. Now, what do you do? Do you do, obviously you said welding, so I'm guessing some bodywork, framework?
Yeah, so, automotive fabrication, restoration. There's not a whole lot that I won't tackle.
Okay.
Some of my favorite things to do are, custom sheet metal work, suspension work, electrical. I love doing really clean electrical jobs. Color match, looms, stuff that is hidden.
What all have you worked on? Is it mostly just custom stuff, hot rods?
Yeah, I've done a lot. Everything from, just basic stereo or, lighting installations to, full, 6 to 12 volt conversions. I've done, when it comes to electrical stuff, done everything from newer imports to, back to Model A's.
Wow, okay. So, what do we got over here?
Oh, so this is a 58 Ford. This client was referred to me by another shop. He came to me and said, I've got this truck. It's the classic story of it, is sentimental. Came to me with an idea, and of what he wanted, but couldn't exactly lay it out. Started out as just a chassis job.
Okay.
And I was going to build him a full roller. He wasn't sure whether he wanted me to do, the body, the fabrication of, the custom fabrication of the sheet metal or anything like that, or if he was going to have another gentleman do it that he knew. When he was able to get here and actually see it in person, he walked around the thing for several minutes, just kind of, tapping his chin, and just kept saying, man, it's really red. And I told him I'd get it the reddest red that I could. But after several minutes and me finally going, man, you got to talk to me. What's up? He green lighted everything and said, yeah, man. He's like, let's get going on the rest of it.
Now, tell me a little bit about this one right behind me here. This is yours.
Oh, yep. This is one of mine. So 53 Bel Air. It will be it's what I would consider a mild custom at the moment. 235 straight six right now. That will be coming out, and I'll be dropping small block 350 in there.
And you said the chop was already done when you got it.
Yeah, the chop was already done when I got it. It was done over on the west side by a guy that did a phenomenal job on it. I have to replace some of the quarter panels, a rocker, there's a driver's side floor panel, and then I think that's it for sheet metal that I have to replace.
Okay.
I've already got the gears in motion to build custom skirts for it. The rear taillights have actually been swapped out to 54 taillights instead of the 53s.
Okay.
There's new housings that were welded in for that. The grill's going to be modified. Headlights will be French and extended.
Nice.
The hood's going to be peaked. So several things will be done to this car that are going to make it stand out compared to some of the other ones.
Very nice.
I've got a full Mustang 2 suspension sitting over here that'll go into the front. I'm going to do, the power rack, all that. And then the rear end I'll end up doing probably a Human and his Brothers 2-link. And then bags all the way around, and this thing will be sitting extremely low.
Nice. All right. Interior on it?
Interior. So right now it's, I believe, T-Bird interior.
Wraparound back seat.
So yeah, it's got the wraparound back seat.
Okay.
That's awesome. I actually, I kind of actually like sitting in the back seat more than I like sitting in the front seats on this. Same thing with the front. It's got the T-Bird buckets. The handles that are in there for the door right now, I also believe are out of a T-Bird, and those will end up being molded into custom door panels. Paint, two-tone.
Yeah.
Two-tone candies, a lot of flake.
Yeah.
It's going to be something special. I don't want to give any spoilers on that one.
Perfect. What else you got coming up that you're working on? Or going to be, I should say.
Well, so like I said, I've got this 58 Ford. This is a full build. The engine that's going to be coming out of this is going to be going into another Chevy. So that'll be coming in for the engine swap when this one gets pulled out. I know there's at least another suspension job that I've got that's coming up.
How'd you get into working on cars?
Well, I got into working on cars with my dad when I was a kid.
Okay.
He always had something.
Gotcha.
It was always something that he took, pride in. He had a 58 Chevy that, was probably one of my favorites, in between that and the Roadrunner. That's what really probably got me into, working on vehicles and building them and learning the intricacies of everything. I've been driving anything and everything that I could since before it was probably legal for me to do so. It's always been a passion that I've followed. My late teens, early 20s, I worked in several different shops, attended SCC for a short amount of time for their auto body collision repair. From that point, I kind of went on and kept the automotive side of my life as a hobby, and did several other things, along the lines in between, fabrication and welding and, different fields of work that everything, blended together with the hobby of it, really fueled the passion to be able to come full circle to do it as a business. If I could have all this at my home, my ass wouldn't come to work. Like I'd be at home doing this. So it would be a lot different.
So, Ken, How many vehicles have you had?
Oh God.
Okay, what do you have right now?
So currently I've got the 53.
By the way, that was a full car guy answer right there.
Yeah, no. So currently, like I said, I've got the 53. I've got my 65 Pontiac that's at home. The 65 Pontiac Bonneville, full air all the way around on that. That thing sits damn near on the ground.
Damn.
And when I say damn near, I mean there's 1/8 inch of daylight underneath the exhaust when it's sitting on a completely level slab. I honestly probably couldn't tell you every single car that I've ever had. Some of my favorites that I've had. My 63 Bel Air wagon, that was a fun one. Again, air.
And it was down.
Oh yeah. And that thing, it was a blast. I could stuff a lot of people in it, being that it was a long roof. The 31 Ford that I had, that I actually sold and then went and bought the 53, or actually I didn't even sell it to buy the 53. I traded it for this 53.
Okay.
That one, that was definitely a bucket list car.
Yeah.
That was a fun little car. God, I'm trying to think. There was a 29 Ford that I started building. Had a 73 Stingray. That one I inherited from my dad about a year before he passed away. He wanted to pass it on to me so that, we could go do some functions together. I want to say 63, it might have been a 64 Pontiac Tempest.
Okay.
But yeah, to be honest, the two that I have right now are probably the two that I'm going to hold on to for an extended period of time.
Nice. All right, so one question I ask everybody is, in your own words, how do you hot rod?
Low and slow.
Low and slow?
Low and slow. I used to be all about the loud and fast and crazy, burnouts and all that crap, but not to say that I'm not. I mean, there's the right place and the right time, but now that I'm starting to get a little bit older and enjoying the relaxing side of things, definitely low and slow.
All right. Well, there you have it. Ken Scott with Scott Built Customs down here in Ephrata. Thank you very much.
Thank you.